and welcome back to my channel. Today on Tuesday Trend Reviews, we're gonna be doing, finally, the viral garlic Parmesan chicken skewers, and we're gonna be doing them in the air fryer. I am so excited for this one. I have a feeling I'm really gonna enjoy this. So make sure you stay till the end so you can see my honest rating of this trend. So let's jump right in. I have some chicken tenders here. What we're gonna do is we are going to slice them. So I'm gonna cut them into pieces about this big, just like cubed pieces. So I'm gonna do that for all of these and just throw them into a bag because we're gonna season them. You guys know I love my global knives, but today I'm changing it up a little bit. I'm using my other favorite. It is by J.A. Henkel's. Also a great brand of knives. I'm not sponsored by either of those brands, just a huge fan of them. So if you're looking for a good type of knife to cook, that is my favorite. This is my little hack for throwing things in a bag. So instead of just taking the things and stuffing it into a bag, if you put it into a tall container, you don't have to mess with this. It just makes everything so much cleaner and super easy. So next thing we're gonna do, and I'll of course include everything I used in the description below, I'm gonna put in some avocado oil for this. We're gonna use about, I think like 2 tablespoons. All right, that's perfect. That's just to coat the chicken so that it has, it's like a layer for the seasoning to stick to. So using the avocado oil in there, and then here I have a blend of seasonings. I used smoked paprika, garlic powder, onion powder, salt, and pepper. And I'm just going to throw that right in there. Zip up this bag. We can take this out of the container now. All right, and you can of course do this in a bowl too, but I think the Ziploc bag is just so much less messy. You don't have to like make a whole other dish dirty. You can just mix everything in this bag and then toss it in the trash whenever you're done with it. So I am just going to mix all of these seasonings together and make sure all of our chicken is completely coated. I'm gonna let some more air out here so it's easier to mix. What I love about this trend and why I'm really excited about it is it's so simple and easy. And I feel like it's one of those things you could also use as a meal prep, something you can take really easy to lunch, and you could prep it for probably a couple of days and it will be delicious for all of those days. This is also something that I'm sure kids would love, and of course you can modify how much seasoning you use and if you want to add some seasonings to it, but I'm just going to use the classic recipe that I saw for this trend. All right, and as you can see, my chicken is now fully coated. We are going to set this aside while we work on the butter garlic Parmesan sauce. That is the key ingredient for this trend. So let's set this aside so we can work on the rest of the sauce. So for the sauce, it includes butter, Parmesan, garlic, red chili pepper flakes, and parsley. For the garlic, we are going to mince our garlic. I have some garlic already minced here, but I wanted to show you guys how to do it just in case you didn't know how to mince garlic. So what you're gonna do is take garlic cloves and just smash it. And then we're gonna peel off this layer. So you can see how easy this layer now comes off. All right. And cut off that end. And now you're just going to chop it finely like this. And then chop it against the board. And you just go back and forth until everything is evenly chopped. All right, and that is how you mince garlic. So I'm gonna throw this in with the remainder of the garlic that I worked on earlier. And this is about 9 cloves of garlic. Just depends how large your garlic is, and of course, play it by ear depending on if you're a huge garlic lover or if you kind of just are okay about it. But like I said, I'm using the standard recipe and they've all said about 8 to 9 cloves, so that's exactly what I did. Next thing you want to do is chop some parsley. So I have some fresh parsley here. I've already taken the leaves off of the stems, and we're gonna just chop down until it is chopped. And what I'm really excited about with this trend is not only does it look super good, but it's keto friendly. I love the smell of parsley. It just smells absolutely amazing. You can also use dried parsley, but I think fresh parsley just tastes so much better. And like I said, this is keto friendly. If you wanted to do a carnivore friendly version of this trend, you could just take out the parsley and you probably could just take out the fresh garlic. And other than that, I think you're good to go. I think you could still do this trend because all it is the chicken, the butter, the Parmesan, and then the spices. So just take out the fresh garlic and the parsley if you're someone who's on a carnivore diet, and you can still enjoy this. All right, let's set this aside in this bowl. All right, and now we're gonna actually mix all of the sauce ingredients together. So I have a stick of butter here. I'm gonna take all of the minced garlic that I worked on before and dump it in with the butter. And we're gonna throw this in the microwave until it melts. Not when the butter is bubbling, but you just want it to melt so that we can actually mix everything together. Okay, so that is perfect. Everything is nice and melted. I'm just gonna stir this together. All right. Okay, now I am gonna add some red chili pepper flakes here and the parsley. Okay, and I'm gonna add most of this Parmesan. I'll include, of course, how much I added. I just wanna leave a little bit for the end so I can sprinkle some on top. Okay, that's perfect. And let's mix this all together. I mean, guys, how could this trend be bad? There is not one bad ingredient in here. Fresh parsley, Parmesan, garlic, butter, chicken. And I've seen people use different kind of oils for the chicken too. I've seen some people that use sunflower oil or canola. I'm not a fan of those oils at all. I use primarily olive oil or avocado oil. I like to use the avocado oil because I think that it has a very neutral taste. The olive oil sometimes is a little bit too strong, and I think that with avocado oil too, you just get a little bit better cooking because it cooks at a higher heat point as well. So that's why it's my preference, and that's why I'm using it for this. And of course, I love the one by Primal Kitchen. You guys have heard me talk about it before. I'm not sponsored by Primal Kitchen, but I really love their products because they're super clean. So if you're looking for my recommendation on which type of oil to use, I would stick with Primal Kitchen for that avocado oil. All right, so this is our sauce that we are using to put onto the chicken. I'm gonna set aside some of this sauce because I don't wanna cross-contaminate. What I've seen people do is they put it in the chicken on the skewers in the air fryer, let it cook. baste it, and then keep letting it cook. And then I wanna leave some at the very end so that I can, cover it at the end without cross-contaminating with raw chicken and cooked chicken. Moving on to actually putting our chicken on the skewers. So I have some wooden sticks here, which have been soaking in water for at least 30 minutes. This is really important to do because if you're putting some wooden sticks to bake or on a grill or in the air fryer, you want them to be a little bit soaked before you put anything on them. So I have those ready here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our chicken and we're just going to skewer them just like this. And so let's do that for all of them. And I had, these skewers were a little bit longer, so I cut them a little shorter so it would fit properly in my air fryer. And something that I've seen everyone mention is also when you're putting the skewers on, you wanna make sure that the chicken is touching. You don't want there to be a gap like this. And that prevents the chicken from drying out too much when it's actually cooking. So we're not gonna put too much, we're just gonna put 4 on there. So let's go ahead and do that for all of this chicken. So now that you have all of your chicken kebabs done, so this is what it's gonna look like. Everything is skewered. I left about 1 inch on each side of the skewer. And what we're gonna do next is preheat our air fryer. So I have my air fryer here. I'm gonna turn it on and we're gonna set it to 400 degrees Fahrenheit and it's gonna cook for a total of about 16 minutes. So let's set that to 16. Okay, and let's start it. Our air fryer is preheated and now I use Primal Kitchen avocado oil for the actual oil, and for the avocado oil spray, my favorite is the one by Chosen Foods. I'm also not sponsored by them, but I love their brand. I'm gonna spray down the bottom of the tray so that the chicken doesn't stick. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna put these skewers in. Put as many as you can fit. So you don't wanna overcrowd the air fryer. If you can fit all of the skewers, just depends on the size of the air fryer you have, then put all the skewers in. If you can't fit all of them, then just as many as you can fit. So we'll see how many fit in here in a moment. That's another reason why I also cut the skewer in half, because I wanted to be able to fit as many as I possibly could. My air fryer bin is a little bit smaller, so I wanted to make sure that everything could cook at once. All right, and let's throw this in here. We're gonna let that cook for 5 minutes, and then we're gonna take it out so that we can baste it with that garlic butter Parmesan sauce that we made before. All right, so it's been 5 minutes. We're gonna take this out, and we're gonna put these skewers right here and flip them on this tray, because next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna baste it with that garlic Parmesan sauce that we worked on earlier. So let's take all these out and flip them. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this sauce that we worked on before and we are going to baste our chicken. So just take it and put it on there, brush it on the chicken. All right, so now that we have basted all of this chicken, we are gonna throw this back into the air fryer with the side that we basted facing up, because now we're gonna cook the other side. Okay, let's throw it back in the air fryer and we're gonna cook it for an additional 2 minutes before we flip it to cook for 5 minutes on the other side after basting again. All right, so it's been 2 minutes on that side. I'm gonna take it out, flip it, baste it again with that same butter garlic Parmesan sauce, and then cook it for an additional 5 to 6 minutes. So I'll see you guys at the very end. All right, guys, Tuesday trend reviews. We finally made it. The viral butter garlic Parmesan chicken skewers. We made them in the air fryer. It smells absolutely delicious in here. I cannot wait to dive right into this. I took these out, basted them at the very end, and I let them cool for just a minute or two so I don't burn my mouth when I try these, but I cannot wait to take a bite. Mmm. 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 That is solid. I would 100% make this again. This is so good. It is so easy. You could make this at a party. You could make this for yourself, you know, having friends over, whatever. This is so good. I'm gonna have to give this a 9.2. Like, spot on. The flavors are perfect and everything is just so easy to make. I 100% recommend you guys do this if you haven't done this already. Like I said, 9.2 is my rating for this. I wouldn't change anything about this. I think the flavor profile is perfect and I cannot wait for you guys to try this if you haven't already. I hope you enjoyed watching me make this version and I cannot wait for you guys to try it like I already said. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Also hit that notification bell to never miss a tasty upload. Till next time.